So I guess Osu got a little bit of a, or I guess they're just syncing up.
Yeah, the timer is not quite synced yet, but they've just been synced now, and their mashing is pretty much even to begin with, but it's still very early days.
Osu with the superior palette though, so he's pulling out to the lead.
Yeah, clearly. And that was maybe half a text box lead as well by the end.
So Anik is getting the PC potion this time. Yesterday he chose not to get it. Maybe he just forgot yesterday.
That is a very good possibility.
Yeah, this race could be kind of interesting. Like, Osu's pretty much brand new to red, and then Anik, like, beat his old PB by 10 minutes yesterday, so who knows if he can... how much better he can do with some more practice.
Osu said in the chat yesterday something about he only knows he can beat red in 201, which is interesting because Anik's race time yesterday was a 201 as well. Although I'd imagine that Osu will be capable of quite a bit better than that if
Osu
he's
did
able to apply himself.
Osu did 2 runs today, and they were both better than 201. He got a 158 and like a 200-20 or something.
Yeah, that's pretty decent for just how little experience he has with red in particular, but he is also fairly integrated in the community as well, like made maps for the Mount Moon minutes and things like that, so you can tell that even if he hasn't actually been running the game, he's familiar with a decent amount of it.
Yeah, and like even though there's a lot of differences between yellow and red, a lot of the just general Gen 1 muscle memory still works, like selecting moves and using items and stuff like that.
Yeah, using items is an interesting one because of the whole yellow removing a few of the menuing techniques that red runners rely on.
Yeah, but like I would expect things like his fly menu to be pretty smooth compared to people who have only had 6 runs in red otherwise.
Yeah, it'll be smoother. That kind of menu where you're not really relying on double inputs or anything like that will be smoother for sure.
Yeah, like when he probably won't be doing things like buffering to super repels or double inputting to X accuracies or something like that. Alright, Osu almost died. Got in range to die to a crit there.
They both get their last tackle off at 4, but Osu took the turn at 4, whereas Anik started at the last turn at 7, but it is a bit faster. Albeit both of them got over 3 minutes rival time. It's not particularly difficult to go over 3 minutes if you're picking up the PC potion and getting an early growl, but it is still kind of annoying.
Yeah, I would assume somewhere around like the 305 range is pretty average if you get the PC potion. So both of them a little above average there. And they both get the same rat. So level 3 rat's not the best, but it's definitely fine. You're pretty happy to see a level 3 rat as opposed to like a Pidgey.
Yeah, it's the good standard basically. What you expect to happen for any like non-amazing, non-bad run.
It's about as good. It's a little worse than the level 2 Pidgey, but not by much. I think they both die in 3 hits and they both average the same amount of damage on you, but the level 2 Pidgey can die to a crit, something like that.
Yeah, it depends on your attack, its HP, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think the level 2 Pidgey's more likely to die to 1 crit, 1 non-crit than the level 3 rat is.
One encounter lead for Osu right now, plus his rival fight being about half an encounter faster as well. And he'll hold at least that through Oak, since he doesn't get the 1 encounter in 4 steps on the way back down.
You could get 2 encounters technically, I think.
Yeah, has to be first step and then 4th, I suppose, but yeah, it's possible.
Wow, Osu's already adapted Side Oak. I'm impressed.
Yeah, for all the 0 frames that saves you over back hook.
I mean, it's still probably better than back oak since you have less chances to bonk.
Yeah, less chance to screw it up, I suppose it's fair enough.
Pretty sure Osu's learned all of the manips other than like Mega Punch and Extended Forest, but I would assume he does most of the standard manips.
I don't see any kind of extended manip, I'd imagine, but considering he made the maps for the Mount Moon Palette manip, you'd at least expect that.
Yeah, then yesterday we saw Anik does the easier manips and he doesn't even attempt the YOLO balls.
Yeah, that
not too
might have
confident in his
changed,
YOLO
but
balls.
unlikely in one day, I suppose.
Ralph on the pickle chip. I don't know him.
Osu going a little off the correct path there, so he's gonna have to try again.
Yeah, drops an input during the zigzag or slightly late to the punch on one of the inputs.
Things you would
a bit of an
expect to see
equalizer.
from things you would expect to see from someone who hasn't been doing the manip very much. Alright, gets the movement at least the second time.
Yeah, hard to tell if he hits the A presses, but since he got the encounter, he did.
Oh no! And he forgets that he's on Pokeballs and slot 2.
Anak, I don't think that's an in-game time of 0, I think that's when you drop the A press, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, might not be punished.
Alright, Osu's resetting here. He could have thrown one more ball, but then only having 2 balls for both the Flyer and the Paris is pretty risky. So let's see if he remembers he has Pokeballs in slot 2 this time.
Anak hits the A press that time. He's doing weird movement. No, I'm just mixing it up with a different minute. That looks fine. Hopefully it works this time.
Third
Yeah,
time's the charm
good.
for Osu.
You say that. Okay, he does get the Pokeball this time.
I assumed he knew how to do second input YOLO balls since he didn't like switch them and then resave or something like that. So at least they're both super slow to get the Nidoran, but at least they're both super slow to get the Nidoran, so it's fair.
Yeah, Osu ahead by being able to YOLO ball basically, or a little more.
Yeah, I guess Anik caught up a little bit here since he only had to reset the minute twice and Osu did it 3 times. Though Anik's is longer, so maybe it's just a wash.
It's a fairly similarly to what it was before. Maybe 1.5 encounters.
No force minute for Osu.
Yeah, unless anyone's brave enough to do Pidgey into Bug Catcher. But somehow I think Tickle will be disappointed. Or perhaps relieved.
I mean, Pidgey into Bug Catcher saves a lot more time than Forest Minip, I think. Yeah, Forest Minip only saves like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but people learning it in half a day. At this execution level anyway. seen Pokeguy do it on his stream that he was doing just before this race started, but that's Pokeguy.
So at least Osu's attack is good, so he's gonna 4-shot this Weedle, barring any criticals. Doesn't have the lowest DV attack and 5-shot it.
Through the Weedle before Anak even does any damage, and Anak gets poison, which means probably heal, although can still get good enough luck.
The poison sting, crit poison. Osu waiting until he gets out of the grass to switch. So you're like wasting time there because you get the poison animation, but you're playing around not being able to escape from the level 5 Weedle.
Both of them making it out of the Weedle fight with only poison and not substantial damage.
I think it's just the level 5 Weedle that Squirtle can always run away from and Nidoran can't. Neither of them can always get away from the Pikachu. Maybe the level 3 Pikachu outspeeds the Nidoran too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, level 3 Pikas vary a bit, I suppose. Level 3 Pika being around the same as level 5 Weedle sounds about right.
Yeah, so Anak switches the Nidoran right at the start and then gets an encounter, but not one that is going to give him trouble. Osu bought potions before Brock.
I think his poison was slightly earlier in the fight than Osu's, and now he's behind by another encounter, so Osu with a decent buffer at this point, maybe 30 seconds, considering he's already done the chop.
Yeah, Anak probably would have died if he didn't menu before leaving the grass. Oh, well, I don't think he's not healing here. I don't know what the health is on.
He already did all his menuing, but he wouldn't have died, but he would have not healed all 20 health. I mean, he would have not healed to full with the potion, so by using the potion he was able to get to full health. He was down 19 health.
So his Nidoran managed to take damage?
Yeah, because he didn't yellow bullet.
Oh yeah, of course. I was so confused.
Does make healing the Squirtle for Onyx a little sketchy, but I think it's fine unless you get criticaled. And you won't have to anyway.
Anak has 13 special, unfortunately, but it looks like... Oh no, so does Osu, and he gets the short bide.
Yep, so unavoidable death, roughly 1 in 6 to happen.
Yeah,
if you don't have early flyer.
Yeah, if you select your bubble and he uses bide, and so the first bubble hits no matter what, and so you just have to go for it. And since you need 3 bubbles to kill it. See if Anak leveled into enough special. No. So he's gonna 3-shot the Onyx as well.
But he's fine. He can't lose from here, especially not with that critical. Would have taken a Gen 1 miss to lose.
Sometimes you can 3-shot the Geodude, but then like when you level up you get enough special to 2-shot the Onyx.
Yeah. It's not even all that rare either. It's like 1 in 6 of all the ones that 3-shot the Geodude will 2-shot the Onyx, but you still don't expect it to happen, obviously.
Yeah, we already know Osu doesn't, since he 3-shot the Onyx in his last fight. So Anak pulling out the lead since he did not die to Brock.
Yeah, the painful thing about Pied Death is that you know it's going to be slow, because you know you've already 3-shot your dude unless you crit, and then taking 3 turns to die.
Not again.
Yeah.
He's gotta coin flip it again.
And he fails to get any speed falls again.
Not like this.
Yeah.
It's
and
so
doesn't know to soft reset either. Not that it would have saved any substantial amount of time, but just a little bit.
There's just nothing you can do there. Like, bad special into bide on the turn you use your first bubble. Flip out a coin.
Yeah.
Then he loses 2 coin flips in a row.
He's yellow runner. Lead here.
Yellow runners are used to dying to Brock. It's fine. still better than getting binded for 5 turns.
Well, yes. It's little worse than being slowed in a Pokemon and getting the chain bind or chain wrap.
And so Anik gets the string shot from Caterpie, so he easily 2-shots it. It's always so frustrating on that fight when you just get tackle from the first Caterpie. Because then you're very unlikely to 2-shot it.
And then he might tackle you again, which means you've already taken an uncomfortable amount of damage, or you might get an unnecessary string shot at that point.
Yeah, at that point you're at risk of using a potion before Short Sky and still not being full health. Which is kind of unfortunate. Alright, turn 2 Bide. That's significantly better. Unless he pulls the Gen 1 miss into Short Bide. No. Okay. He's through!
Yeah, Anik took 0 damage from the first Caterpie and the Weedle, so his lower health didn't really play a role, because he'll probably heal to full for Short Sky regardless.
Yeah, this isn't even enough help if you were doing, like, world record attempts, you'd still heal here.
Does decide to not save this time though. I think he did save yesterday.
Short Sky is one of the... It's like, probably the fight you see the most discrepancies on whether or not people save on. Most other fights are like, everyone saves or nobody saves. Guess maybe
he's
like...
clear regardless. Zero defense drops going into Ekans means that it's 3 damage wrap and 2 damage poison sting. So unless he YOLOs wrap, misses wrap, so even better. Unless he was to YOLO, then he can't die to Ekans.
Yeah, he would die to only the 4 or 5 turn wrap. But you still probably just heal as soon as you see wrap if you're at 11. No need to like mess around with it. Last thing you want is to get 4 turn wrap and then heal on the last turn and then get wrapped again.
Yeah. We've gone into how having healing turn 2 on a wrap is always the safest play, but sometimes you have to avoid it in attempts so that you can get a better chance at setting up good red bar health. Whether you would ever skip healing turn 2 on a wrap that could kill you in a race is another story. Suppose it depends on the situation.
Yeah, I did it when I did the 5 turn wrap and then got 5 turn wrapped and had to heal and got wrapped again. So immediately punished for trying to get red bar. The Kakuna crit. He's got pretty good health here. He's hoping for a Caterpie tackle. Alright, so now he's got red bar for at least the Metapod. And then oh no, he levels up before the Metapod, of course. My bad.
This is the worst health actually, it's 1 above what you want. Exactly 1. If he gets tackled he goes to 6 out of 38 and 9 out of 41 is not red bar. It's the scumbag plus 3 level up.
So, let's see if Osu has any trouble with Short Sky. Shouldn't be. He's not even dead to quick attack crit here. I don't think quick attack crit can do 16.
It might be 13 to 16, not sure, but again, 1 in 39 crit is, well, not something you play around ever. Not even in a race.
Alright, Osu also gets the wrap miss, so Ekans is at least being fair. Missing wrap on both runners.
Yeah, clean Short Sky fight. Unfortunately for Osu, it's nearly a 20-minute Short Sky because of what happened before.
Yeah, but I mean, if your Brock is that bad, you're probably pretty happy to at least be this close still. Like if I had a 16-minute Brock, I'd expect to be something like 4 minutes behind or something. Alright, so he's swapping Horn Attack there, so there's no way he's doing Mega Punch. Makes sense. If you were planning on doing Mega Punch Minute, possibly you wouldn't swap there, because there's a chance you just take no damage here and you actually have enough health for Top Blast.
Yeah. Although... Well, okay, Anak not doing turn frames, so it takes a little while to get an encounter.
It's a level 6 Spearow, so this should be pretty easy. Poison stings it though.
I guess it doesn't end up too bad.
Yeah, supposed to tackle that one. It's probably still 100% to get in. I think that was like a highish roll from Poison Sting, and he got damage from the poison.
It's gonna die on the way to the center though, I think, even though he's actually quite close to the center. He's thinking about it, like, do I need to do anything about this? No. It might just barely survive, or just barely die. Just barely survive, so slight time save.
And we did see him mess up the Paris Panip yesterday, so maybe the fact that he has Spearow will be pretty good for him.
Yeah, he's not the most confident on the nips, but you'd assume from here that he will at least get pretty much Encounterless Moon. Like, and then also... Well, Variety doesn't get in-game timed, but that doesn't really care about runner skill.
Yeah, I'm just saying that yesterday he took an extra step and then didn't get the Paris at the end of the minute. But he had gotten an earlier Paris, so he was fine. Alright, so Osu's about 2 fights worth behind, I suppose. Alright, crits the Metapod. It's one of the better crits you can get. Probably saves multiple turns.
Was it second turn or third turn crit?
That was the second turn crit.
Oh yeah. So yeah, definitely 2 turns saved probably.
You can get... Oh, a puff. Now Osu's gonna be blessed with good luck for the rest of his run.
Anak has not been blessed with an early Paris so far this time, although he only got 1 encounter so far.
We have seen at least 1 Ducks, possibly more, but I know Paper Guy got Ducks in his second race. Alright, Osu also catching a Spearow, but his is level 8. Doesn't break out though.
Yeah, honestly, it looks like fairly similar health to what Anak's level 6 ended up on, maybe a tiny bit higher.
Yeah, I think that was about the same health, but then Anak's got damaged by poison and ended up a bit lower.
Anak losing his handful of frames from keeping the bug catcher on screen for longer.
It's kind of counterintuitive that it's faster to bonk into the ball, since it keeps the bug catcher out of view.
He
Normally
killed a
you,
level
like, buffer
6 Zubat, but ran from the level 9.
Yeah, I assume he killed the level 6, like, in case he found, like, a level 7 or 8, so he can one-shot that one as well, then anything gives him experience.
Yeah. Or a level 6 Zubat is still enough to go with a basement 4 Paris as well.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe he'll kill the Paris at the end of his Minip and then go get Ducks. That wouldn't be the worst play. It's probably not correct, but it wouldn't be the worst.
Yeah, he hung on to his Moon XP last time.
Osu
Without
also
any
doesn't
real
care.
trouble.
Osu also doesn't care about having NPCs on his screen. Looks like Anak crit the Bell Sprout but didn't one-shot it.
Unfortunate.
Or maybe he went for Poison Sting and didn't get the range, I don't know. I assume he got the crit.
Yeah, it was a crit to 1 health.
Yeah, the Super Nerd's one of the ones I've noticed, like, where you can get the exclamation point the most, even when you talk to him. It's really annoying when it happens. Anyone where you have to like turn towards them and then like you turn towards them while you're next to them and talk to them, those are the ones I've noticed you get it the most on. Alright, so let's see if the manip goes smoother than yesterday. I guess yesterday's was pretty smooth since he already had a Paris, but I assume he wants to get the Paris at the end of the manip this time.
Past the first in-game timer, onto the next wall of them. Okay, making it to the basement at least. Will he get the early Paris? I think he avoided the early Paris.
Yeah, I think he's past all of them now.
Yeah, no in-game timer. Only execution from here. Oh, I might have dropped the A-press, I suppose. I think that's what happens if you drop the A-press on the turn. Unfortunate, but he can keep going.
Ducks
Hopefully he
hype.
knows that he can keep going.
Ducks hype.
Certainly seems like he does.
I wonder if he's practiced his duck menus. Seems unlikely. I mean, I haven't even practiced ducks menus. Ducks in 2017, lol.
Like, there is no real reason to practice them as they're on pallet manip anyway. No encounter in-game time of 3600 is like almost nothing of a chance.
Yeah, so I was doing pallet swap as expected. There's only the one IGT-0, which is the... There's like a Geodude in the little tunnel after Moonstone.
Yeah, and a handful of Zubats on really scattered frames.
Yeah, I've noticed there's people do different movement before that hiker there. Guess it's just a variation on the same manip, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I assume it's similar to the Neater End manip where Enter like changed the movement. I actually don't know if Enter found this manip. But...
He did. He documents that A presses can be different. There's only small amounts of places where the actual steps can be different though.
Yes, well, some people between the youngster and the hiker will do like a little like a lot more zigzags.
Yeah.
Alright, so he does get the Paris. Disable, but it's on tackle. Osu, I would assume, gets the yellow ball.
Yep. Probably about even now, honestly. Oh, not quite. I think he still has maybe a minute of battles to get to where Anak is, since he still has to evolve. But he does have Paris, whereas Anak has to commit to a 50-second trade plus maybe another 10 seconds from the other effects of having ducks.
At least Anak will have like a 2-minute break in his run to go, you know, get a drink or something, make dinner, while he waits for ducks to get traded.
Yeah, if only, huh? Just get some relative to move you between the SSN cutscene and ducks. So then you can actually have a 2-minute break.
So Anak, yeah, there's like pretty much no way Anak gets Moon XP unless he gets a Paris, but he does not.
29 with having to get ducks, but considering what's happened to his opponent, it's not as bad as it could be.
Oh no, Supersonic. Alright. The nice thing about Supersonic is you get the Poison Sting to Zubat, usually.
Both of them got Supersonic, but Osu did way more damage on the first turn than Anak did.
Yeah, most Horn Attack rolls put it in the Poison Sting range unless it Leech Lifes. Then obviously he gets more health and you have to Horn Attack again.
Osu is not going to be sub 30 moons, so perhaps Anak is still ahead even with the ducks consideration, but it won't be by a whole lot, maybe 20 to 30 seconds depending on if Osu gets any encounters on his way out.
Yeah, all in all it's still a pretty close race. which is not the most common in these runs, that everyone's still pretty dang close after Moon. Right. Looks like Osu gets a good roll on the coughing. Yeah, gets the 2-shot.
Yeah, it's definitely still missable, but he did a...
Yeah, I think that was the high roll, so he just had to avoid the 15 roll. He got the 17 roll the first time, it looked like. That coughing has 33 HP, and Horn Attack is 15 to 17.
One more encounter for luck on the way out, so...
Alright,
Yeah.
Anik does decide to swap out.
31 Moon for Osu, although he might be getting Moon experience. I wasn't really paying enough attention earlier. Yeah, it looks like he does.
Yeah. Do you think the girl in Vermilion's gonna be upset that the Spearow that Anik trades her is gonna be fainted? Oh no, he's not gonna send her. Yeah, well, fainted. What a ripoff.
Girl doesn't seem to care. Who knows?
Just give her a dead bird. Just have to run out of the house before she notices. Anik poison stings the rat on turn 1 and gets immediately punished by poisoning it. Obviously you don't want a poison sting on turn 1 because a Horn Attack crit would kill Rattata. Another reason you don't want to do it is because you can get poison sting, poison text, which wastes time.
Yeah. Poison Sting, Poison Text is the only real reason you don't Poison Sting the Caterpie when you have... what is it, when you have the no Mega Punch?
Yeah, because it's a guaranteed to. Well, does Poison Sting crit kill? Probably. No, it can't. There's no way it kills. Or you
No,
would
it does.
Poison Sting. If Poison Sting crit was 100% to kill it, you would Poison
It
Sting.
is 100% to crit. It is 100% to kill. So it's like roughly an even play with Horn Attack.
Okay.
But the difference is obviously that you can poison, and if you do poison, then you lose a lot of time.
Yeah, there's like the 30% chance to poison versus the 100% chance to save a second. So I guess that means if poison text is more than 3 seconds, it's better to Horn Attack.
Yeah, between the Shake and the Caterpie was poisoned, and then Caterpie is hit by poison, and then the pause, it probably is more than 3 seconds.
Yeah. Osu also getting Poison Sting. There's been a lot of symmetry in their runs.
Yeah,
They're getting a lot of the same moves.
Well, Spearow should die to Pidgeotto still, since Spearows are a little more brittle than Pidgeys.
Yeah, Pidgeys are so bulky. Just look at that Pidgeotto. That guy does not go hungry at night. Slims down a bit in yellow, at least. Alright, so Anik looks like he's getting minimally trolled. Who gets the Nidoran crit?
I think it was in the Nidoran turn 2 crit though. But
No,
if
that
he-
was the turn 1 crit on the
Oh,
right.
okay. Turn on, okay. Save your time. And he did get the bare minimum to get 20 for Redditor, which means that this is guaranteed.
Yeah, so if you get like half Moon XP, you get 20 for this rat, and it also gives you the option to candy twice before this youngster. If you want to hold Red Bar or something.
Yeah, not many people take that, but it is an option. It does give you some stuff.
Yeah, I saw Hammer do it in one of his races. So it's happened at least once. That was probably the only time, I would guess. Because you one-shot the Ekans, but then you don't have Thrash until the middle of the final rocket fight, so you have to range the Ekans on that guy instead. Caterpie giving him the string shot, which is what you want to see. If you're going to two-shot the Caterpie, you might as well get the string shot to guarantee the Weedle.
And unless you're a critical, you're not going to one-hit the Caterpie, so...
Yeah. Pidgey Quick Attack is always the best thing you can see. I guess Gust is better, but Quick Attack means you don't have to sweat the You get to know sooner that you're not getting sand attack. So it's a mental thing.
Solid 2 lesses. I mean, Growl there could have still cost a turn, but it isn't Growl, and he's not in any kind of shape to die to Mankey.
I mean, he got 1 sand attack out of the 3 potential sand attacks, which is pretty much average. So.
Osu on 1 out of 2 so far, still has to do the level 16 last.
Yeah. Or you could just get Mega Punch and not have to worry about the last 2 Pidgeys. Or at least not have to worry about them as much.
Yeah. So 150 according to chat is the difference, but Osu with a very small edge from having early Moon XP. I mean, from having full Moon XP.
And having a big edge from not needing ducks. Though I guess Anik could still get Oddish.
Oddish would make the cutter deficit about maybe 30-40 seconds instead of a minute.
Thought he taught over Horn Attack there for a second, but I guess it was just buffered.
I mean, yeah, even if you do, you can survive it. Just teach Bubble Beam as soon as possible.
Yeah. It's a little annoying, but not the end of the world. No one ever misses Mega Punch. Come on. And I would assume the Ducks is more time loss to people who have never done Ducks before, because you're more likely to start stumbling on menus that you don't normally stumble on.
It goes both ways though. You don't have the muscle memory as much, so you are less affected by thinking about what you have to do.
True. So Sue's gonna have 23 for this Mankey.
Saves 1 turn and expectation, and neither of them are really anywhere near Red Bar, so it is a time save.
If Osu had gotten Karate Chop crit from Mankey, he could have maybe gotten Red Bar off of Hiker.
And it can still get Red Bar off double. Oh, maybe not. He might need a crit. Tackle,
He probably
which
needs
is
Tackle
rare.
into Hurt Self.
Yeah. There's the 1 tackle.
Tackle
he does
into
take
Hurt Self.
5.
Or you just puts it.
Criticals though, so whatever. That's a bigger time save than the little piece of Red Bar, I'd imagine. I mean, depending on what happens after that.
It's probably close.
If you don't critical and you get defense kill, and you get Red Bar, then having to swap out but getting Red Bar is probably slower, but if you got a clean fight with Red Bar, but just 1 extra turn, it's probably still faster than the crit.
Also, Hurt Self Confusion is not 100% to have Red Bar for the entire route, because you might have to heal before Pidgey if you get Quick Attack from the Rat. Since I think he'd beaten pretty low Red Bar from that, he'd go to like 8 at level 20. He'd be at like 8 or 9 at level 24, and then a Rat Quick Attack would put him dead to a Pidgey Quick Attack.
So we won't see any Red Bar. I think, well, if he gets double Quick Attack, he'll be in Red Bar for the Oddish, but that's it.
And so Osu finishing up Bridge at 38.45. Hiker fight's a lot more important for him since he has Moon XP, but he's also a lot safer for the Hiker fight since he can tank 2 Hurt Selfs.
Yeah, you might see him go for a Hurt Self, whereas I doubt Anak would have. I think Anak would have switched out straight away.
He also might just Leer Horn Attack, or double Horn Attack, that also works.
Yeah, it's crit versus animation play.
Yeah.
This is like the maximum chance to keep your experience. So if you really want to keep it, yeah, you should still kill through that defense kill.
Yeah, I would so. Easy peasy.
Yeah. 1 out of 2 major ways to lose the experience down. Second one, not until 4-turn fresh.
No Pidgey Quick Attack, so no Red Bar for Anik. He did get the Rat one, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 1 Oddish cry that you save, so not the end of the world. Plus, probably loses more time having the quick attack text box come up, honestly.
Yeah, but it also gives you better health for Misty. Assuming you're potioning twice, either way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're sitting up for red bar on a fly split, then
I guess no quick attack and no damage from Goldeen. You'd only need to use one potion here, because you'd go to 42 on the level up. 42 is fine for Misty. A little risky, but
I'd imagine he'll be playing for 59 or 62 or whatever.
yeah, I think we saw him heal he healed the full in his last race, but then he said he realized he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, you talked to him in the interview about it, so he might change his mind today.
Yeah, because he healed the full and then ended up being 50 HP after Surge. So, alright, so he's going for 2. I'd be surprised if he goes for 3. Alright, yeah, just dig out from here. Probably wants Peck from Goldeen. And then
Peck
Bubble Beam.
into roll, Bubble Beam, yeah. I mean, high roll will get him into red bar immediately, but risky to be in actual red bar on Route 6 in a race.
Yeah, so I guess he just wants no damage Goldeen and then Bubble Beam. It's probably the safest. Get him to a nice 25 HP, 20-25.
No damage Goldeen indeed, provided we don't see Gen 1. Does not. Osu's going to be around the same health, assuming he will potion twice, since he can't be on safe health even if he does get damageless Goldeen.
Yeah, 40's a little more sketchy than 42. Every point of health matters at that point, since you're surviving more and more potential rolls from Water Gun Crit and Bubble Beam. Yeah, so Anak's only did the Bubble Beam Crit, or Bubble Beam Speedfall into more damage.
Yeah, could even survive a low roll Bubble Beam plus a low roll Water Gun from here. Unlikely, but possible.
I guess the Water Gun Crit, which is fantastic for him.
Yeah, he's looking right around where you wanted.
Water Gun non-crit would have put him to 40-ish?
Yeah, I mean 40 can still end up at red bar by the end of Surge, but not what you
probably
want.
In Sonic Boom or Bust range there. Yeah, 20 is a nice HP after Misty. So he finished his Misty fight around late 42. Didn't actually look. I would assume it was 42, 45, 42, 50.
Yeah, safe from all but something absolutely silly like crit, triple quick attack here. All of them having to crit.
$40 HP's Kadabra HP. I would not expect anyone to go for Kadabra. Sounds a little sketchy.
Yeah, giving turns to super fast psychic Pokemon with moves that can confuse you as well.
Yeah, Kadabra's crit chance is pretty dang high. It's probably in the 25 range. Yeah, Usu's health could also be sketchy here if he just gets a Water Gun, but he gets Bubble Beam. So hopefully he doesn't die. Alright. So similar health.
Yeah, Usu 4 higher, roughly. I mean, it could be okay.
Yeah, Usu's health's probably better than Anak's, since he's less likely to need to heal before Boat Rival, and both are unlikely to get any meaningful red bar. Anak, getting full restore Jingle. It's bad, man.
Something we didn't mention in the interview, but yeah. I guess it was forgotten after the somewhat more eventful race.
Yeah, usually I assume if someone misses the Jingle, that just messed it up. But Oddish? Oddish? Thank you. Never lucky. Oh,
Well, this time he is making the right play to take this path, but he's still getting punished by non-audition counters.
He's gone the whole gauntlet without. Alright, so Osu finished. Yeah, the lead's about the same, unsurprisingly. Yeah, so he's really looking for Oddish. Maybe he doesn't even know about ducks. Maybe he's going to start farming an Oddish after this.
That would be unfortunate, but it's possible.
Do you remember your Oddish D-sums? Can you commentate on how likely he's going to get an Oddish?
Not at all.
Luckily, I've never had to D-sum an Oddish. It's not the hardest D-sum. It's probably like a 20% encounter or something.
I think they just... No, they're even more common than that. I think they're just scattered throughout the table. There are 3 of them, 13, 15, 16.
Okay.
Double Jingle Miss. That has to be the first race in the tournament with double Jingle Miss.
And you can skip the jingle in yellow, so shame on you, Osu.
It's easier to skip it in yellow though. You don't even really have to buffer, you just have to mash A and you get it 100% of the time. Bigger window.
Osu might also get 2 encounters. That was a pretty good one. He gets the
Osu with the
Oddish. You should catch it and then trade it to Anik.
Yeah, it looks like Anik does know about ducks though, so not punished. Apart from getting 2 encounters.
I mean, it is still a lot faster to just catch an Oddish, so it makes sense to try and get it while you're going down anyways, but you don't want to take extra steps and, like, farm encounters.
Well, he didn't take extra steps, he just took extra steps in the grass, which is reasonable enough. And guaranteed that he didn't hit the Butterfree guy.
Yeah, Osu also took a non-optimal way around the Butterfree guy. Though not quite as many grass tiles as Anik did. So Osu, unfortunately, is 1 HP off red bar, I believe. I can't hear this sound, but I'm pretty sure 17 is red bar.
I think 18 out of 88 should barely be red bar, but it might just be 1 off, like you said. Yeah, that doesn't look like red bar. I'm guessing he has like 10.01 pixels on his health bar or something like that.
Yeah,
that's really
17 is definitely red bar. So yeah, 17 is just the highest you can get red bar here.
No. Now I'm confused. That actually should be red bar, but it looked like his Nidoking took too long to come out for it to be red bar. Because that should not be 10 pixels. He's healing anyway, so we won't know. And Snorm says he did have red bar. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention when Raticate came out.
Teaching Bubble Beam in the Mart dance game.
So they still have remarkably similar health. Anik with, well, 36 after Pidgeotto. I guess he probably has slightly more going in.
Alright, so not selling Bide, which would make sense if he is on Blizzard, which he was in his runs earlier. So.
Yeah, no reason for him not to be if he just learned the game this week.
Yeah. So yeah, 31 HP is a little awkward, especially since he took no damage. He only took 5 damage from the rat and the Pidgeotto combined.
Yeah, there are a few ways into high red bar from here. Sonic Boom is the most intuitive one.
Vine Whip would have been actually bad there, right? He would have gone to like 20 exactly.
22, kind of awkward.
Right, yeah, 22. 22 is still Sonic Boom range, but then you're dead to Quick Attack.
Yeah, because unlike Osu, he doesn't level before Pikachu. Osu, I think with Moon Experience you get 28 before Pika?
Yeah.
Might be wrong, yeah. But yeah, you do, so...
Yeah, that's one of the small benefits, is that you can go... You're a little safer on the Surge fight, since like Sonic Boom at 22 is not bad.
Yeah, it makes certain HPs better. Of course, most of the time it won't make a difference, but there are like those maybe 4 or 5 HP values that it makes better.
Osu already taken less damage, or taken more damage. Oh no, they both got the Quick Attack from Pidgeotto. And they both got no damage from Raticate.
So also if he gets Vine Whip, he'll be just 2 health above where Anak is again. Oh no, what am I saying? Anak was going to be on 22 if he took the Vine Whip, so without Vine Whip he'll be 2 above. With it he will be below. And on 24, which is
Yeah, Vine Whip's actually good
still
here.
sketchy, but not as sketchy as 22.
Yeah, 24 with a level up after Voltorb is better than 33. You'll get to see ducks. Here we go.
So Osu might
trade
be ahead
animation.
now. No. Boat animation is a little too slow, but it'll be close.
That's
This is no Spearow.
No.
Just imagine if you could trade away your Nidoking and you got a level 27 Farfetch'd.
What
am
kind
I
of a
not
girl
supposed
is
to do
just
with
like,
this?
no, I don't want your OP Nidoking. I want a dead Spearow. Jeez. You know what you want. You know what you want.
We might see Osu pass Anak on the cut menu. I imagine they'll start the cut menu at about the same time.
Nidoking for Farfetch'd is probably the most lopsided trade you could possibly make in a Pokemon game.
Yeah. Later on in a few later gen games, they start letting you trade any Pokemon. For some trades anyway, but not that many. And nothing until Gen 5, I don't think. So, Anak actually does have a 10-15 second lead still.
Alright, teaching Dig to Squirtle. Part of the reason the Ducks menus are misery. Fumbles around looking for cut.
again. But, like last time, he'll get a 2-can and then save. I hope. I hope he doesn't save on a 4-can. That would be kind of miserable. Okay. Not in either of the 4 cans. Does a bit of a weird path, but all good. He'll save, so it's not going to look too bad if he fails. He's only going to be about even if he misses this. He is very slow to reset, but gets it eventually. So yeah, they'll be pretty much even now. Because Osu still has to go for his first can.
Yeah, so
no.
this is taking
Osu will have about a 5-second lead. Maybe 10.
I think... Which can? Is it in the top left can now?
Yeah. So he does have to take a few steps out of his way, but it's only about 10 seconds. Still shows that can spin up is better in the case where you have to reset for the second can. But yesterday we saw him get the first can, in which case safety save ends up being a little faster.
I was gonna say Sonic Boom plus Quick Attack gives both of them pretty good red bar, but Osu did not get Sonic Boom. Anik Horn attacking the Voltorb. And gets Sonic Boom.
Comes in. Yeah.
No Sonic Boom crit. Lucky. So they'll both get the 3-shot on Raichu? Or, sorry, the 3-turn Thrash to finish the fight. They don't have to rest 4 turns.
Anak making a little bit of ground up with that red bar of Pikachu and Raichu cries, and the level up from 27 to 28.
Yeah. No quick attack though, so he will pop out before the end of Rock Tunnel.
Yeah,
Still fine.
not so bad. Especially since he's not on Moon Experience, so I think he can still get knocked back in by Pidgey, although...
Yeah.
Although
he'll pop
since
out on that trainer.
His level up will be at the end of the fight, so it doesn't save time to have red bar on that level up anyway.
Interesting to see if Osu tries to get some red bar here. His health's very high. He would need multiple hurt selves, or he would need Cubone.
Yeah, Cubone will do. Slowpoke will give him similar red bar to Anak, as in popping out. So it probably has to be Cubone.
Okay. The upside, another upside of going for Cubone is if he misses the Bone Club, you can just kill Cubone, then set up on Slowpoke. Since Cubone does Growl on turn 2, I believe. think
Yeah, it's
that trainer
50-50.
has smart AI.
It's like 50-50 between Bone Club and Growl on turn 2. Kind of the opposite of Lorelei.
Learning the hard way that red has double inputs. That's the most common thing you see from yellow to red runners, I think, is like so many accidental double inputs.
I mean, people do accidental double inputs on even when you're just learning the game without. Oh, but there's
another issue from yellow to red. Cutting digger swaps.
Yeah, that.
So many little things. At least it's a lot harder to dig out of Victory Road in red than it is yellow. Since dig is the top option, if you just like mash, assuming that strength is at the top, you like dig out of Victory Road.
Oh, yeah, because you have all three on the same
turn.
slave.
I don't think I would have saved for 4-turn Thrash here, since you're at over 30.
Anak does. His is a little more reasonable.
Yeah, Annex makes sense. He's technically not dead.
He's got a Ducks alive.
I think Thrash does 13. Or Hurt Self in Confusion, I think does 13 here. It
But
might
he's
be
dead
14
to
here?
plus Rap.
Yeah, he'd be dead to Rap plus Hurt Self. So it makes sense for him to save.
He can switch out to Ducks if he wants to. He's made up mad ground with that red bar though.
Okay, so
And yeah, he's ahead now. Just barely, but he is.
Yeah, he also got the 4-turn.
Yeah, also levels up a Pokemon later, which is a little deceptive, but it will save him time because it'll be in the middle of a fight instead of the end.
Osu should catch up since he doesn't have to save for Rock Tunnel Oddish, and he's guaranteed to one-shot it. Though Osu might have to set up Red Bar. I would assume he goes for Slowpoke, but... Because Slowpoke, I don't think... Yeah, Slowpoke can't kill you from here. Actually, I'm not even sure if Cubone can kill you from here.
Yeah,
probably does that
Cubone,
much.
like we were saying, is probably going to be slightly too little damage. Unless it's... 25 Slowpoke probably hits it a little bit too hard. Not sure, let's have a look. If I've got any Rock Tunnel ranges. So yeah, 23 Slowpoke is sketch, not enough damage. It does fail to kill you with the crit, like you said. But Slowpoke's real danger is the confusion, not the critical, because Slowpoke has an even lower crit rate than Cubone.
Yeah, so if he's gonna go for Red Bar, it'll be on Cubone. But I would expect him not to go for any Red Bar.
Yeah. Cubone crit Bone Club is a range here.
As the tournament's gone on, we've seen enough people die to this fight trying to set up Red Bar that people are just like, I'll pass. The misery of resetting all the way back to 4-turn Thrash.
Bubble Beam, yeah. So nothing here, probably nothing overall.
So Anak should extend his lead by about 30 seconds, I would guess, assuming reasonable Rock Tunnel movement. Even if his Rock Tunnel movement is slower than Ostu's, which I would imagine, since nothing changes between yellow and red in Rock Tunnel.
Other than lag, I assume, but not enough to make any substantial difference.
And like buffering using repels if you're doing that.
So we'll see if... Well, I would imagine that there's no chance that Anak doesn't save for Oddish, but we'll see if it matters or not.
He's taking
25
damage from the
Slowpoke Red Bar. So this crit doesn't kill either, but it's not enough damage still. That's not even Red Bar now.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, Cubone wasn't going to be much better.
True.
The damage on Cubone and Slowpoke is actually pretty... 25 Slowpoke is actually pretty similar.
I'm assuming he's not 100% on all the damage ranges for this, since
Yeah.
you never set up Red Bar in yellow. Well, you can, but... Unless you're going for, like, actual world record, setting up Red Bar in yellow is kind of silly.
Yeah. So, we got Anak with probably a minute lead at the end of the split now, barring a disaster.
Yeah,
Fly Red Bar is just so good.
One of the 5 or so optionals you can hit on this route.
He's taking his time though, and he will lose maybe 5 seconds to Osu on movement alone in Rock Tunnel, but it's better than losing a minute to an optional.
Yeah.
Osu a lot more confident with his Rock Tunnel movement so far. As you'd expect from a runner who's played yellow a substantial amount. Oh, not punished, but wrong move.
At least it wasn't Thrash.
Yeah, fresh is the death sentence.
Now he'll have red bar for all of Rock Tunnel. Calculated.
Yeah, that does basically serve as his quick attack that he needed to stay in at 31. And he's still not dead to Pidgey quick attack plus Vulpix quick attack.
Osu did take some... Oh, he took the Slowpoke damage. I'm like, wait, how did Osu take that?
Yeah.
I forgot.
He's not brave enough to go for Geodude damage like Anak, though.
A little sketchy considering self-destruct puts you a little past where you want to be. Puts you in the white bar.
Yeah, self-destruct just barely would kill him.
So a
from
Pidgey quick
24.
attack. A Pidgey quick attack puts him in red bar for like one Pokemon Cry.
No, he levels before the Pidgey, so he won't even be red bar there. Right, it'll knock him to just outside red bar again, just like the Slowpoke did.
At least his health is good for Lavender Rival, so he's not gonna have to potion before him.
Anak not
Whereas
getting
Anak's a
quick
little
attack.
sketchy. Anak's probably also
Yeah.
fine for Lavender Rival. I'd be surprised if he heals, but maybe in a race you want to be super safe.
I mean, yeah, this is the kind of health where if Pidgeotto quick attacks you have to try and heal on. Growlithe. I think we talked about health yesterday, and one of them was on 20. This time Anak's on 19. 20 is
Yeah.
only dead to
I
at least
think
one
nine-
high roll.
I think 19 is exactly enough, because I believe 9 is the max roll from Pidgeotto and 11 is the max roll.
Well, it's 9 and 12, but he levels up. I forgot.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
again
12.
forgot about that. So
Yeah, you get the 3 HP
Yeah.
level up.
he's got 22 really.
Osu could probably just thrash this Growlithe there. But maybe
In
that's not
fact,
what it's
he might well have 23. It could be a 4 HP level up. I think it depends on things that happen before that.
not thrashing Growlithe.
Slow and steady Route 6, since it's one of the most costly optionals in the game to hit.
Yeah, the 5 Pokemon, I think? Maybe it's just 1.
Yeah. Clean Elixir though, after accidentally taking a walking step, manages to get first try Elixir.
I embarrassed. I actually hit that 5 Pokemon optional on 150 pace, like yesterday. I was still on 151 pace after doing that optional.
You just not fresh it. You just use the T-Volts or whatever, I assume. So
Yeah,
you don't
just
have
like
to do a
Thunderbolt
5-turn fresh.
Yeah, Thunderbolt Thrash. Wasn't my proudest moment. Okay, so
Should
we'll
see
how
a
Anak's
very similar
shop.
shop.
Yeah, I'd expect Osu to catch up a bit, though Anak's shopping doesn't look too bad.
Well, yeah, he's a little slow mashing super bells, but I can't really talk about being slow mashing items. I'm very slow at mashing items.
Yeah, can't all be shenanigans.
Yeah, that was one of the, like, back in the day when there were lots of people, well, not lots of people, but maybe 5 people competing in 151 actively. Shen had the big up of being really good at mashing the menus. I mean, the various tosses and buys. Osu with a good read on the girl going down. I mean, going for the lower strat just in case the girl moves up again. Avoiding any chance of being blocked.
This shop is also kind of funky going from yellow to red, since in yellow you go to the 5th floor and work your way down, but in red you go from the 1st floor and work your way up.
Yeah, that's kind of why I pointed it out that he got the girl movement correct.
Yeah, you don't have to worry
It's
about
something you could expect a yellow runner to maybe not know.
that. Right, so I believe, yeah, both of them should not have sold sides, so they would have similar money here for X items.
11.52 or 11.25 out of Anak and 11 something.
Yeah, 11.5,
Oh.
11.52 with 3 super potions is pretty much going to put you out of money.
Yeah, and then we get 11.53 for Osu. Had slightly more money.
Yeah. I think he didn't get a 3rd super, would be my guess.
You're fine with 1 special if you're just doing non-red bar Blizzard route. Although
Well,
you can use a second on Agatha if you want.
Yeah, now I think special is superior on Agatha. So I think most
Yeah.
people are buying a 2nd special for Agatha.
And that's only because the calculations on, like, Golbat doing nothing were wrong before. It's not anything that's changed in the strats, it's just new knowledge. Oddly enough. I mean, that's the case for a lot of route changes, but...
Yeah, what was it? They thought Super Potion was more likely or something?
Yeah, they thought Super Potion was 50%, like... And then Switch was another however many percent. Osu does have 3 Super Potions, so I guess Anak... No, Anak bought more balls, that's it. Yeah, you're meant to have enough money for 3 Super Potions and 8 X Special plus Speed. If you buy, like, 5 and 7. But Anak got 6 balls and maybe... Well, no, not an extra potion, but yeah, he did get 5
So
balls.
Osu's caught up a bit, considering he had no red bar. Probably was about 20 seconds faster than Anak, but Anak had red bar.
Yeah. Anak forgets the super repel on the flame menu, does remember before he actually enters the tower this time though. Saves! A little questionable. But fair enough, I suppose, if you don't know the damage ranges that well.
Yeah, maybe he's just gonna use that as his Ghastly safety save, I guess. I don't know. It's probably faster to just run back from Ghastly rather than do the rival fight, so...
Yeah, with only 3 perks. Quick attack does come in, doesn't critical, so he's not dead to non-crit Vine Whip. Hopefully he knows not to heal. I mean, although if he does heal and then gets criticaled by Vine Whip, he'll make us look bad. Does not heal on Growlithe, so yeah, he's dead to crit.
Yeah.
Otherwise he's fine.
Venusaur not with the highest crit rate ever.
Yeah, Ivysaur is like just barely not 100% to crit with Razor Leaf, which puts its crit rate at, for normal moves, at about 12%. So...
And it's
not-
also 50-50 to use Leech Seed, so...
Yeah.
You're
They're both in
only,
red bar now.
what, 7% to die there?
And
I
it's
guess that's
still
pretty
with
high.
slightly lower health.
7%'s a pretty reasonable chance to die. It's about the same chance as dying to Ghastly.
Anak takes the lead back because of red bar, but Osu now in red bar for the Ghastly. Not that you necessarily want to be in red bar for Ghastly, but he is, so deal with it.
You're always red bar for Ghastly, because if you're not red bar, you'll miss a Rock Slide and get Nightshade, then you're red bar.
We say
Another
Anak saving again. Osu will probably just YOLO, or he might... Okay, no, he also saves. You can potion, or you can save, or you can do neither and just hope.
Yeah, I noticed Osu's very cautious in his runs. He saves for a lot of fights that are borderline. Like Ghastly.
Yeah.
I remember he saved for Hypno and Koga's Gym too, to play around Confusion Crit.
Miss,
like
okay,
a lot of
well,
saves like that.
Anak has to use the save.
Yep.
Osu does not, so Osu takes the lead. Unfortunate that it's just based on RNG, but you can't do much about that sometimes.
Yeah, so you're 1 in 10 to miss Rock Slide, then he's 1 in 3 to use Nightshade. And you have to do it twice.
Anak risks an encounter before the Channeler, since his Super Repel is gone. He might not know that Super Repels go away in Gen 1 from saving there.
Yeah, that's not very intuitive. I'm willing to believe he's gonna get an encounter, then like wonder what's happening, and then Super Repel.
Yeah, probably. It's not a big deal if you know where the best spots are to save the Super Repel back.
Yeah, there's a couple spots that are minimal encounters.
Yeah, you can either YOLO the first few tiles of Safari Zone, or you can YOLO the 9 or so tiles you take on at the start of on Route 22 before and after the rival fight.
Yeah, I think Victory Road's the best one, then Safari Zone's the second best one, and then like, Bike Path. So there's the encounter. Let's see if he Super Repels.
Yeah.
At least it's a red bar runaway, but he doesn't buffer to run. Yep. No,
Oh,
he's not.
it's not even super repelling. I'm not sure he knows what's happening,
No,
but he does eventually decide to.
Alright, so looks like Osu hit all of his rock slides, because he has 8 PP now.
Yeah, this one's just the shitty, why does Gen 1 do this stupid thing mechanic with not carrying over repels.
Let's see if Osu remembers to teach Horn Drill. He does. I guess he didn't get the muscle memory of teaching Horn Drill in the fly menu. So I guess this is just normal for him. Though in yellow you teach orange on the fly menu, so maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, on yellow you have to deal with Magnemite though, and they have been trying to think about ways of not having Horn Drill on that fight, but it involves using double kick twice on Magnemite, which is not very fast.
Yeah, setting up on Furo, then getting 5-turn Fury attack, Dan's game. Never mirror move. Alright, so also teaching Horn Drill. Leads probably about a minute.
Just one death, yeah, because, well, also because of the encounter, making a slight difference as well, but that one encounter,
death and
kind of
encounter and
costly.
extra menu. And it was a pretty slow extra menu.
Reducing your fractions in kind of like programming and damage ranges can be a really bad idea sometimes. Just to point out something someone said in chat, it can get you the wrong damage ranges and get you killed if you try to simplify things too much. But in this case, 5 out of 24 works as well. Sort of.
Yeah, you can use the Pokédoll in that fight as long as you don't mind being a cheater.
Yeah, there's only been one actual glitchless run in this tournament so far.
Exactly.
Well, apart from all the forfeits that didn't make it here, I suppose they're also technically glitchless as well.
Friskus is the only one who's gone full glitchless in the entire tournament.
Yeah, I think we're just going to have to award him the first place trophy right now.
I'm fine with that. Here, it's just they're separated by one fight here. See if they get the 97% range. So tilting when you miss that range.
Osu, yeah, Osu actually played around missing it. He did double Thunderbolt. Only loses a very small amount of time, but
didn't even notice.
It's still playing for the range miss on Raticate.
If you're really tough, you can just thrash the first poke and go for the forward turn. Anik is taking a weird path. The 2 extra steps aren't... You have to take 2 extra steps to save the rockets from taking some steps.
No, it doesn't save any steps at all because that rocket takes the step after the fight instead.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it just loses time. Oh well.
Yeah, I was thinking it was just 2 of your steps versus 1 of his step, which I think is also slower. But yeah, he has to take the steps because he leaves the room.
Thrash does get 2 93% hit ranges at least. Now we'll see Arbok, which is substantially lower than 93% to get the range, albeit a 2-hit range instead of a 1-hit.
Yeah, it's 40% on the Arbok, I believe. Maybe give or take.
Without
it's somewhere in the high
crits,
30s.
Low. With crits, it goes up to the slightly more pleasing number of around 60%.
Why do people give damage ranges without crits? It's a tilting.
Now what you want to see here is Leer, or just either critical. But Leer is the best for if you don't critical turn 1.
Glare fail gives you a nice rush of adrenaline. It's range of emotions.
Yeah, I'm not sure you would be consider that nice if you're the one playing, but
It gives you a freaking heart attack.
Yeah.
No! Yes! I don't think I think we've only seen one. I've only seen one racer go for the X speed on Arbok, or the X accuracy on Arbok. Sorry, and he immediately got glared and didn't have an extra X speed.
Regret your life.
Wow, that was a high roll from Thrash.
Okay, there's a bit of an equalizer. Glare hit.
Yeah,
He's still got the
that's-
full restore,
yeah.
and he gets the 2-hit range, so it's not
Yeah.
a huge deal.
That was like the highest Thrash hit I've ever seen.
Especially because that full restore is only going to have to heal 1 health.
Yeah. He didn't get paralyzed anywhere else, so he does still have his full restore.
It just means that he'll... Well, I imagine, based on his play so far, he would have picked up the Safari's own full restore anyway, but he'll have to pick
Yeah.
it up for sure now.
You do always pick it up in yellow. There is that. Alright, round 2 for Arbok. See if he's a fair snake.
Yeah, Anak's still holding onto his own full restore, since the one time he got trolled it was just an outright death. Could still be a fair snake, since that is unlikely to 2-shot. Oh, actually a fair snake. Although this
No,
could
it's
flinch
unfair.
and then...
3-shot with paralysis. Never lucky.
No, oh yeah, I suppose. Anak will have to heal more health as well. And still have bad health for
It always feels
getting
weird
out
to
river.
like full restore for 1 HP. Just looks kind of funny.
Also has actually already swapped up his X speeds at some point, guessing that was yellow muscle memory.
Yeah, he did it in the what's it called? The Cuba or Marowak on the Pokédoll menu.
Yeah.
It's actually I think it's faster to do it on the Pokédoll menu since you have to scroll all the way down for X speeds on Sylph Rival. But I think it's only faster if you're not doing Sylph Red Bar.
Yeah,
Because if you're doing Sylph Red Bar, you have to go down for X specials anyways, because you can't swap both of them up.
Makes it look a bit more reasonable then. Fair enough.
Yeah, so it does save you the entire trip down for X speeds. It's only 6. It's X speeds are 3 down from Pokédoll, so you have to go 3 down to X speeds and 3 back up.
Okay, well, we see Osu not really taking enough damage, at least compared to what he would want. But he's got the Elixir on Cubone strat open.
He's either gonna elixir on Cubone or try and take damage from Drowsy would be my guess.
And to answer Tickle's question, I guess you could full restore on Pidgeot. Then the X speed restores your speed, yeah. You definitely could do that. It's a
I don't know
reasonable
why
question.
you would want to do that, though.
Well, if you're not going for Sylph Bar and you
But you
want
do
the
want some damage.
No, he means like full restore the paralysis away.
Yeah,
so
but
that
you
Pidgeot
don't
gets
want
an
to
extra
heal.
turn.
You don't want to heal the Pidgeot damage, right? Because
No,
damage.
no, the paralysis from Glare.
Yeah. But I'm saying like you'd rather. All right, so he did take damage from Drowsy, but I'm saying you'd rather full restore before the fight so that you
No,
heal
full
the
restore
paralysis, but you also take damage.
turn 1 full restore and then
Oh.
X-Sack and then X speed.
Okay.
I mean, it's I guess okay.
It gives Pidgeot an extra turn. That's probably slower.
Depends, I suppose. If it
Extra
gets
menu
you the
versus extra
damage if it gets you the damage that lets you then not have to set up anywhere else, then it's good. Exarion in the chat saying it makes sense as well, but neither of them did it. It's all hypothetical. Osu ended up taking a Psychic from Drowsy.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure what the order was of events there, but
Yeah, I actually I was the one who told him to do that. I like taking damage from Drowsy if one headbutt from Hypno isn't going to be good enough for boom range.
yeah.
Since waiting for confusion takes forever. So you do take a little risk, but it is a significant time save.
Yeah,
Probably
it's a bit of
save
a
like 10 seconds
trade-off.
or something.
Like, this Drowsy can't switch out, which is better than the one in the gym. But the one in the gym, if you set up on it, then you can guaranteed get past Hypno. Whereas if you take Psychic from this Drowsy, then Hypno can kill you with non-crit confusion. Or at least it's a damage range. So, yeah, it's a trade-off either way. He will be right around the middle of the confusion damage range here, I think.
Yeah. I would assume he's gonna save before Juggler.
Yeah, like the 25% chance that the Juggler's level 34 Drowsy switches out kind of makes it a little unattractive to set up on. But
Probably
it is safer.
It's probably mathematically faster to potion before Hypno. And then just run back if you get Confusion crit. As opposed to resetting any confusion. Or most confusions, I guess.
Yeah, he's dead to all but the bottom, like, 1/3 of rolls.
He does get a level up.
Yeah, that's what I mean after the level up.
Okay.
Right now he's dead to any roll. If he somehow got 38 for Hypno.
You could also rare candy before Hypno if you really wanted to. Which is probably better than... I guess it doesn't really matter.
It just gets sketchy with low kick critical and karate chop non-critical if you use an early candy without mention candies.
Yeah, early candy doesn't make sense. There's no way you can candy out of confusion range from here.
He almost would, but it wouldn't be quite out, no. It would just make the chance when dying to non-crit confusion go from like 2 in 3 to 1 in 3.
Yeah.
Not a huge gain.
Yeah, I'm used to using candies there to get out of range, but that's for headbutt, which is a much smaller range.
Yeah, no one's going to forget to dig out on this kind of race where both the runners are new and never did early EQ.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing where like people who are learning the strat do it once and then they're like, oh, never again.
But people who have been digging out after Giovanni for years can trip up multiple times. Yeah, it hasn't happened to me yet, but it could, I suppose.
Oh, so he does get the PP up on the first try?
Yeah, clean enough. Well, I suppose Osu has been doing early Earthquake on yellow for the most part, but...
Yeah. Well, maybe he's been doing Travis's new Lady Q yellow route.
Yeah, that's all been developing pretty recently though, still.
I also haven't looked into it. I don't even know if it's like, how viable it actually is.
Yeah, that's why I was saying like they were talking about double kicking the Magnemite. Like,
Double kicking
some
Magnemite.
weird stuff going there. Yeah, distinct lack of side candy lately, although who can blame them?
It's just me and Flutz going for the side candy. And I'm probably done with it now. I just wanted to do it against my race with Flutz. Side candy is so bad when you miss it. Because you like have to like dig around forever for it.
Osu with clean enough menus so that it cuts faster.
Oh no, he missed rare candy by 1 tile, then he went down 2, and then he did it again.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Unfortunate.
It's a rough candy there.
And it stops significantly too early, but doesn't actually lose that much time.
Yep. Safari Zone, another place that's exactly the same between yellow and red, except in yellow you don't cut through the bushes.
Yeah. The palette transition's too strong.
It's like really weird. It's like saves a couple frames in red that loses a couple frames in yellow.
We see Anak doing what the beginner guide tells you to, which is teach Earthquake and use the PP up here. Other runners who will opt to do it in the Safari Zone quite often.
Yeah, I think it's faster to do. It's like 1 input faster to do it here, but you run the risk of fat fingering a super repel when you get on your bike going to Koga.
Yeah.
That's why I do it the other way. I don't wanna. I've used a repel there one too many times.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more comfortable to use them a little later.
You really shouldn't ever be using a super repel, but I'm bad. I don't buffer up the bike.
Osu ahead by the length of the Safari Zone. His menuing and movement is bit superior so far through this
Might
little
lose
segment.
time, because there's a chance he dies to Hypno.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do something.
I would assume on average he's gonna lose about, I don't know, 2 seconds. He's gonna die a small percentage of the. And again, I'm assuming he's gonna save before Jiggler, too.
I will be surprised. I'll be sufficiently amused if he saves and then gets the confusion low roll to survive.
And Gen 1 miss Earthquake on coughing and died in tackle.
Anak with a slightly questionable movement decision, but yeah. Oh, that was dodgy though.
I think he decided. I think he tried to. He needed to save a repel. I guess that was the one he saved. Not the best place to do it.
Yeah, you can.
Considering
he
the
could have
Safari Zone.
almost got through that if he had gone the bottom right path. I think he would have only had a couple of YOLO steps instead of the 5 or so he took there.
If you try and save the repel early in Safari Zone, you YOLO through regress tiles.
He YOLO'd more than 3 that time.
Yeah,
but
yeah. That's why I'm saying not efficient, but
yeah.
Even so, like 3 tiles in Safaris. I don't remember exactly Safari's encounter rate. I think it's like 33 or something.
It's higher than Route 1, but I mean it's higher than Route 22, but on Route 22 you have to YOLO 9 tiles, or at least 8, I forget which. I think it's 8.
Yeah, but then on Victory Road you only have to YOLO 2 tiles. After after surfing, you reveal your 2 badges, and you get off, and then you get on your bike and don't super repel, YOLO 2 grass tiles there, then repel as soon as you get into Victory Road. Then you can get your Victory Road on 2 super repels.
Anyway, we get headbutt from Hypno, so also through.
I didn't see if he saved there, but doesn't matter.
No red bar for Koga, not that it's a huge time save, but it would have been appreciated, I suppose, if headbutt criticaled.
Headbutt flinch into second headbutt to give you a heart attack.
Yeah, headbutt flinch when he's slower. That would be special. I think there's actually a hack coming out that... Or like a ROM hack that someone's making where if you flinch a Pokemon when you're slower, then the next turn that Pokemon gets lower priority or something.
That would make sense.
Like, actually making flinching a useful mechanic if you're slower. But doubt they'll ever do anything like that in the official games.
Alright, so Osu guaranteed to die to self-destruct. And I think... I haven't looked at Anak's health recently. Mostly in the Safari Zone there.
X attack anyway, so punished for setting up on Drowsy and in the end, but not overly punished, and uses Thunderbolt instead of Bubble Beam, so I'm sure someone yelled at me in my race for doing that.
He also has an extra X accuracy.
Sister.
I'm pretty sure he has an extra X accuracy there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Thunderbolt's just muscle memory, right? Because usually you have Ice Beam on that fight, and Thunderbolt's better than Ice Beam. But now you have Bubble Beam on that fight.
Oh, Anak was actually a full. That's surprising. Not anymore.
Well, Confusion's not even enough.
Yeah, he takes a reasonably low roll from Confusion, which means that Self-Destruct can still kill him, but it's damage range.
I think 44 is the min roll, isn't it? Something like that.
It's around there. It's 42 to 50. So, yeah, it was within the bottom third, but not quite the minimum.
Yeah, so he can still die to... He needs a high roll from Self-Destruct. So I guess he's hoping for X attack from Koga.
Not the worst thing in the world if you get 1 or 2 HP, but it will...
At worst you survive at, I guess, 9?
Yeah, because he levels up, of course, yeah.
So, yeah, living at 9
HP level up, but he'll live at 9 still, yeah.
Yeah, 79's the minimum roll.
9 would be kind of bad. 1 or 2,
Probably
ideal.
pop out on Jinx. You pop out before Jinx, which would be annoying.
Yeah, you never want to pop out before Jinx. Like, who are we kidding? He does go for self-destruct. He wanted to really swap fights with Osu there, honestly.
He needs a max roll to kill him. No, he gets a little on the low end.
Yeah.
Low.
You're fine until Black Belt, so now you just hope the Black Belt hits you.
Oh.
This, it's it's actually quite close to surviving Karate Chop crit, but not quite.
He does survive Blizzard Miss in a 5-turn bind, though. So he's got that going for him. It's not like that's slow or anything.
No, not at all. Okay, so he hasn't actually saved a Super Repel yet. He just did wonky Super Repel use in the mansion.
Okay.
Don't know what he'll do about Super Repels. Hopefully it doesn't come to the point where he has to do the last, like, corridor of swag folders without a Super Repel.
So Osu does that menu on the bottom tile of palette, I believe. So this repel should last until he gets to the Blizzard TM. I didn't actually see, but I know in his last run he did. You have to be a little careful though, because one extra step and you don't make it, but he makes it and remembers to repel before taking a step. Doesn't buffer back up the bike, does it the slow way. So that makes sense for someone who is a yellow runner. There's no buffering in yellow.
Good enough mansion. It's like they're extending his lead over Anak's slightly more clumsy menus.
I'm sure enjoying the fact that there's no pesky 43 Raticates to ruin your day.
Yeah, always nice to be 43 is just enough. So
yeah, there's 42. Is it Mucks or is it Weezings?
There's a few things. I think Weezings and something different on the top floor as well. Anak is encountering something.
Wild Weezing has appeared.
Oh, he hasn't used his candies at all.
Yeah, because he didn't boom. Or he didn't die.
And he uses another Super Repel, so now he's down to 2.
I think he forgot. I think he just assumed he forgot the Super Repel. He doesn't realize he's just not high enough level to dodge these encounters.
Yeah, the repel mechanics in Pokemon are something you can not know. It's plausible that you don't know them.
So this isn't a Gen 1 thing.
Yeah, like
I would assume it's all Pokemon games.
It's all the Pokemon, yeah.
I just know that you used to. I used to take advantage of that in Gen 2 to like catch Entei and stuff casually.
The only thing that really changes between gens for repels is, well, obviously the repel wearing off, but also what happens if your leader's dead?
I don't think you want to teach Bide to a Pokemon.
Well, he's going to anyway.
Oh, he's item full. He's item full because he hasn't candied.
Yeah, he's teaching Bide. It worked.
Yeah,
it's gonna work.
He's item full. That's one way to toss an item, I guess.
He's now got a Squirtle with Bide. And a Squirtle that doesn't have strength yet, so, well, I mean, he's got the HM for strength, so that's the important part.
Maybe he's gonna switch to Squirtle on a Lorelei and use Bide and then tank the Aurora Beam and then kill the Dugong. I think that'll work. Maybe not quite. Probably have to candy Squirtle a few times.
Unfortunately, the competitive race has been slightly derailed at this point.
Yeah, Osu's lead is getting pretty significant.
If Anak realizes that he should just be using his candies and then uses them right now and just carries on with the route as it is, then he could still catch up if Osu gets unlucky enough.
Well, another issue is he only has 2 Super Repels left.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
He's gonna... on average, I assume, he gets like... maybe somewhere between 1 and 2 encounters because he doesn't have enough Super Repels. He has to YOLO, like, the grass before Viridian Rival, and the water, and some grass tiles on Victory Road.
Well, he's not YOLOing, he's off to the Celadon Mart.
Oh. This might be pesting.
Yeah, it's like 11 tiles total that you have to YOLO, but that's assuming you know how to do it properly. Anyway.
7.
Yeah.
Messing around.
Now we're at 5 extra.
No encounters for me. Maybe he's gonna chain them all from here so he never gets super repel text for the rest of the game. I don't think so, but who knows?
Don't think there's any problems with 40 for Erica's gym, but after this there might be.
Maybe you
Well,
cut the tree and there's a Pokemon in there and you get a Pokemon and you wish you had a repel on.
I think that he has like speed issues on Blaine at level 40, maybe?
He's gonna have a lot of issues.
Well, honestly there aren't many others. Like, everything is going to die, provided that a Rapidash and Arcanine don't outspeed him.
Yeah, I guess Blizzard's
I guess
gonna
Sabrina's
still
the
one-shot.
first. Sabrina's the first real problem. Like,
Yeah, you barely outspeed Sabrina, I believe. I think it's like by like half or something you outspeed her.
yeah, it's a very tight margin to outspeed at level 43 instead of, or 45 instead of 47. He's not candying. Oh no. Oh, I suppose this isn't going to be awful, but he's down the execute experience.
Well,
He might, no, he'll still be 45 for Alakazam. I think he's okay. Exarian would know better.
we'll see.
He's still going to be 45 for Alakazam. That's the important part. I don't know.
There shouldn't be any other
that.
ranges. I can't imagine. I can't think of anything else that would even be. Maybe
Exarion
he
might,
maybe he loses a damage range on like Rhydon or Pidgeot depending on where he levels.
Oh, okay. Damage range with Earthquake on Venomoth, apparently. So he still could get a bad Sabrina. He'll be 44 for Venomoth.
Osu
Probably,
finishing the
yeah.
Blaine fight. So yeah, now he's a full Blaine's Gym ahead. Blaine's Gym takes forever because of those questions. It's probably like 3-minute lead now, 3.5.
Yeah, 546. Yeah, he's going to be 44 for Venomoth. Not by a whole lot, but he will be, so... Damage range there, not sure how good or bad it is.
But he does
I
have
imagine
ducks,
it is a range.
so his Lorelei split's gonna be faster. Only has to deposit one Pokemon.
You do quite a bit more than 100% at 45, so I imagine it's going to be at least a 50% range at 44. But I might be wrong. Oh, Exarion saying that it will still 100% guaranteed die. That's a little surprising, but good for him.
Hey. Don't
Maybe
want
he'll
to see
just
any.
have to
Venomoth's got enough.
Blaine's Gym.
Venomoth's gotten enough kills this tournament. He doesn't need. One is more than you would think for this tournament. Doesn't need a second one. Don't get greedy, Venomoth. Come on.
Yeah.
You had your time. What's someone else gonna kill? I guess technically Venomoth didn't get the kill because he just stun spored.
So where else could he actually get trolled? I suppose.
Probably
I
not.
honestly can't think of anywhere.
Yeah, like there's no fights where you use badge boosts anymore because they're out changed.
Yeah, 600 experience. It's not a lot.
Like there'd be a lot of issues if he was on like the double Mansion Candy route because you rely on badge boosts on like Champion and Viridian Rival to outspeed Alakazam, I believe. Maybe not on Champion.
Yeah.
Can't
Oh, it
remember.
is on
if you do
Champion.
six-pack.
It depended on your stats. Like if you had bad speed, good special. No, what am I saying? If you had good speed but you still picked up the Mansion Candies for some reason, then you would get to X special on Champion. Like that might be something like good speed, good special, bad attack. Where you got Mansion Candies even with good speed, not entirely sure.
Alright, so yeah, something pretty bad's gonna have to happen to Osu for this gap to close. Multiple
And
deaths.
not in any major trouble, but just the time deficit.
Yeah, it would. Ooh, Super Potion though. That should save a minute or two.
Doesn't know.
No, he earthquakes anyways. What a waste! No, I'm triggered. I'm triggered. I never get Super Potion. And he gets Super Potion and just earthquakes. Ah!
Oh yes, back in the days where there was the massive DV correlations and there was the 5 attack, 13 speed Nidoran that popped up a lot. So I imagine that one would have got mansion candies but been able to X special on champion. Not entirely sure though.
Alright. Black Belt says he gets to live.
Yeah, Black Belt does not decide, so down to Agafor or Lance realistically. Of course champion can say something as well.
Down 2 to dig? Man, that's miserable.
Dux is cool, isn't it?
I mean, he looks cool. Got like a
Sure.
little sword thing. It's pretty cool in the anime.
Uh-huh. Osu will kick off with a win, it seems like. It's right on the border of being sub 2 or not, I suppose, depending on how good his Elite 4 is. It could definitely sub 2 if it's a clean Elite 4.
Probably. That's really close. Of 142 Giovanni?
Yeah, you can still get 158, 159 if it's a really clean Elite 4. Probably more like 159. though.
Even on race strats? That'd be a little tight.
Well, I mean, it depends how many times he saves and what happens on Agatha.
Yeah, I'm assuming like Bruno save full Agatha full restore, which would make 159 a little tight. Definitely still doable, but I think a bad Agatha is enough to make 159 slip away. Like
Yeah,
no deaths than a bad Agatha.
if the freeway tide does come along, which at this point I don't think Osu is playing quite well enough to make it like all that likely. But if it does happen, then he's still got 2 more tries at getting his good tiebreaker time. It
Well, I
will be
mean,
a
he
freeway
just-
tie, yeah.
He just needs to beat Problems, right? To force the if he beats Problems and then loses to Paper, that's the three-way tie?
Yeah.
It seems reasonable.
Problems already with a 156 though.
I mean,
so
we do have to remember that Osu had a 30 moon exit
yeah.
because he died to Brock twice.
Might need to get a
the
good
3-turn right
uh,
on. Dance game.
I guess that's fair enough. Like, if he gets a good moon exit, then he can definitely get a 156, 155 in the race, and that would serve him well in a tiebreak.
3-turn right on, the reason Xarian doesn't have world record. Feels bad, man.
But he doesn't exactly have very long to practice to, like, improve for his next 2 races, because they're literally tomorrow. If he does make it to the bracket, then you'd imagine he'll be quite a good competitor, but you can say the same about Problem Stroll as well.
Yeah. I think Osu Problems is pretty 50-50. Paper Osu's probably a little worse than 50-50, but not by a ton.
Yeah, I'll just give the advantage to Problems against Osu just because of practice.
Like, really, if 2 racers are, like, even, like, remotely close in skill level, races are pretty close just because of how much randomness there is. Like, for a race to be super lopsided, the skill difference has to be pretty big. Like, even this race was pretty close. Up until, just recently.
Kind of bad that Machoke doesn't use Karate Chop, Non-Crit or Low Kick there. Anak is now serious danger of leveling out a red bar. Although, maybe he'll get lucky and that extra 600 experience he lost will let him keep red bar for the Jinx. Here's hoping. I don't think it's true, but it could be.
I'm hoping for a Jinx cry. It's been a while.
I think we have had a few in the tournament, or at least a couple.
Alright, so... Clean Marine Rival fight, as expected.
Pokeguy died to Agatha without saving, didn't he? So we got a Jinx cry out of him.
Yeah, I got a Jinx cry in my Nidoqueen race.
Yeah, because Alakazam was not
Yeah,
being fun.
it's a full restart before Sabrina. The awkward Alakazam speed tie. Rock Tunnel's or Victory Road's one of the most fun places between yellow and red since you get so much less boulder lag.
Oh,
I don't even know why
flag
yellow.
boulders.
Yellow's boulder lag is so bad, I don't even know why. So weird.
Yellow's everything lag is so bad, it's just like that's the most obvious place.
Even your health makes you lag.
Yeah, that was fun when they had to make separate minutes for what bar you're in before Pidgey.
Yeah. Well, I think the orange bar and the red bar are the same. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's a super propel bike. I would assume his Victory Road's pretty clean.
Only a 2-turn ride-on for Anak instead of 3-turn. But he does miss the range, rather than getting the faster scenario where you miss into getting the range.
I really hope we don't see any more Giovanni spinning out. Nope.
Osu was either like going for an odd swag boulder there, or he's just not all that confident in his movement yet. It could be either, honestly.
I like how Osu realized his movement was bad, but then like he needed to go down one, but didn't want to do it there because if he went down two, he would have left Victory Road or left Rock Tunnel. Yeah, Victory
He does go for an actual swag boulder there a little later though, so I assume that the first little derp was also an attempt.
Yeah, I would imagine so. He's done this a lot.
What?
What is
So
happening?
close! Well, okay, he was still a couple of tiles away from hitting the tricky optional,
that?
but that was a little scary.
Was that? I think it was Mumple who like hit that guy and then double earthquake. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's like Tricky is the one who hit it first in a good run.
Yeah, I've hit it a couple times, but never in a fantastic run.
All the way back in 2013, I think, we hit it when it would have been first 156. So a long time ago.
It's probably the easiest optional to hit in Victory Road, I would imagine.
Yeah.
There's a couple easy ones. This last is also an easy one to hit.
I think the tricky optional does have a couple of more tiles of leeway, but it's a lot, like, because I think up and down are the more dominant directions on the D-pad, so it can be kind of tricky to turn left if you're trying to turn back up straight away.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that there can be issues turning left and right.
Like doing a
Gen 1
zigzag.
is Charizard. Because Gen 1's so good when you Earthquake Charizard, it just says Earthquake missed. When
Yep.
it's just not, you can't hit Charizard with Earthquake, but it just says it missed. What the heck? Earthquake missed, dance game.
Oh, perfect? Yeah, perfect. Good stuff. I mean, he was used to doing that in yellow, I assume, but still good to see it.
Yeah. I mean, it's still not easy. Like, even if you're good at Victory Road, like, you're not going to get it every time.
Will
Yeah.
we see
Got
swag
some
boulder?
stuff.
Okay, no ladder swag boulder. Not got the balls for that one, apparently.
We've gotten spoiled. We no longer care about swag boulder. Like, give me a ladder swag boulder.
Shenanigans would do a ladder swag boulder. He'd do both of them.
Do
But-
swag ether on before Bill. Swag it so it looks like you're pickpocketing the lance. Alright, so here's where Anna catches up. Osu has to go to the PC. Maybe not quite
Yeah.
enough.
Oh well. And he also has Sparrow. Although, Sparrow compared to Ducks, I think is a fairly similar cry.
Well, Anik should. I think Anik's supposed to go in with all of his Pokemon.
Oh yeah, of course, but I mean in terms of the cry they get
Oh,
from
yeah.
Lorelei.
Sure. Okay. I thought you were.
If
meant,
you could
like, the
somehow
Hall of
only
Fame.
have... If you could somehow have a free Pokemon party with Pidgey, that would be ideal, but doesn't work out that way, obviously.
No flyer swap. Everyone likes swapping the flyer in the fight.
Yeah, I think it's just from the first few races where quite a few people did do flyer swap and messed up horribly.
You elixir the
Just
Spearow.
scared everyone else.
Gotta learn it sometime.
Thankfully, you can't actually do anything bad.
Yeah, you just get that doesn't work, you idiot. Thank you, game.
Yeah, if you could burn a PP item on Spearow and have it count, then I don't think anyone would do it.
Just like try and full restore a dead Spearow. The game should just be like SMH. No Jinx cry for Osu. Alright, so anytime. No! Oh no, it doesn't matter. He already hit it.
He might not know that he already hit it though, because in Fire Red they reset.
Oh no. No! No!
They don't reset in this game.
Yeah, he could have just gone.
But he has also got those extra super powers.
Yeah, genius! Maybe he's a soothsayer.
Osu through Lorelei, I guess we should not really be mentioning that at all, because you don't want to think about the chance where you're not through Lorelei. Hasn't happened yet in the
Honestly,
tournament.
Osu would have still been way ahead even if he got Aurora Beam Gen 1 miss.
Yeah, we haven't had the Aurora Beam Gen 1 miss, we haven't had the Self-Destruct Gen 1 miss. One of them will probably happen in the tournament.
You just lose if you Gen 1 miss, right? Or if Aurora Beam Gen 1 misses, because you can't get the guaranteed rest turn anymore.
Yeah, it's a 50-50. You have to take a 50-50. And you probably haven't saved.
Oh,
and you're probably down an
swap. You swap, you get the guaranteed rest, then you exac and hope for another rest, I guess.
Well, no, well, I mean, you can do either one. I guess swapping back... well, swapping back would lose experience. But if you don't swap back, then you might lose another turn. So it's kind of an awkward play. But turn 3 versus turn 4 doesn't matter at all. Because Dugong is 50-50 to either rest... Oh no, I think it's actually like 33-33-33, Aurora Beam, Rest and Growl on... No, it doesn't have Growl. Does it?
I don't know what its moveset is. I know it doesn't have Bubble Beam.
I think it might have Growl in Gen 1.
Maybe it does have Bubble Beam in Red. Yeah, because he wouldn't prioritize... Does not?
It does not have Bubble Beam.
Alright.
I don't know what moves it does have. If it I don't know what it'll do against a flyer turn 2.
Yes, so Osu's saving before Agatha, and he saved before Bruno, and he full restored before Agatha. Just wants to make sure.
He's super potioned.
Oh, he just super potioned?
So he's still in decent shape for Red Bar.
Hey, he got off the bicycle.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I think everybody does that like a lot. I don't know what I don't know what it is about Victory Road that makes you get off the bicycle.
Oh, Hypnosis. He might force one now. No, decides not to.
This is a little bit scary, Elf. Because I think you're dead to Nightshade. Yeah, you're dead to Nightshade Wick attack from here.
Pidgey, I mean, Dugong actually does have Growl in red, so he's in the. So if you do Gen 1 Mr. Fly, then it's only 33% to die turn 2.
I wonder how Osu plays this. I guess he's just... He X-speeded, I guess? No, he X-specialed, so he's just 25% to die?
Yeah, he can't do anything.
No, he's more than 25%, because Confused Ray is like a reroll.
Yeah. He's also dead to Bite, so he can't do the X-speed on Arbok strat.
Yeah. You can only do that when you're between, like, 30 and 60.
He's also dead, yeah, he's obviously dead hitting himself. Hitting himself does quite a lot at this point.
Yeah, so he's probably like 33% to die here.
And he's not dead.
He wins the coin flip. My quick pocket math that is not actually math says 33%.
Yeah.
Give or take, like 5.
3 and 8 or something, yeah. Agatha turns away in the end speech, kind of rude.
Oh yes, it is 3 and 8, you're right. I was doing the math like Confused Ray didn't kill you. Or I was doing the math like Hurt Self and Confusion didn't kill you, and you got a reroll there.
Anak is out of the Victory Road at least.
Decided to buy some full restores before Lorelei. And I guess he deposited his Pokemon. Osu double supering and regular potioning to get to perfect health for...
Yeah. Could they sketchy for Wing Attack unless he gets a low Hydro Pump roll though? He might choose to potion again before Champion. He gets mid-roll to high roll.
I mean, honestly, I would just expect him to full restore before... Either full restore or, like... Well, I guess he probably just, like, potion, plus save. Maybe just full restore plus save, because
Definitely
need to
sub
go-
2 if this goes cleanly though.
you don't need
For
to go
sure
crazy.
at this point.
Yeah, especially since he's getting good red bar from Gyarados. So that's a pretty low roll. That was what,
It's high
1?
enough. It stays in red bar at 55. The issue here is, does he risk it for wing attack?
Yeah, that was 112. Well, he tanks a wing attack.
Yeah, he tanks 1.
Just
I
barely.
guess he'll just say like the
no,
smart
he-
play here
it's
would probably be to just save and not heal, but
I
he
believe
might go
the
for
wing
something else.
the wing attack high roll is 24.
Yeah, through
It's
the
21 to
XP,
23.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
25 is like the minimum you would want to go in without healing.
Yeah, he'll probably save and not. I mean, he might do something safer, but I think the right play here would be to save and not heal. Or what Tickle is saying, maybe. Although if he potions, he's still probably dead to 2 wing attacks if he XX first.
Yeah. He goes to what,
But-
46? No, 46 tank. Oh, if you XX first, yeah.
Yeah, he's just saving. It looks like.
Potion with X speed first tanks 2 wing attacks.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's a range, but it's a
Yeah.
fairly favorable one.
You would need 2 23s, so 1 and 6. A little more since the 1 and 39 and crits kill you, so more like
He
1
went-
and 5-ish.
He actually did go for the slightly riskier play of save no heal, perhaps sensing that he has a small chance to the PB. He could well 158 if this goes cleanly.
I can't imagine he's too worried about PP at this
Yeah, I mean, a 158 PP wouldn't be anything big for him considering he has a 158 in yellow. But it looks like he's getting
sub
it.
yellow time is always good. Don't like
Yeah.
your red PP being worse than your yellow PP. And he is through.
He's
So
also
GG for us,
55. So he takes care of business, does not trip up, although if Anak had had slightly less small problems, then it could have been a fair bit closer.
yeah. That is true. It is always nice to have your PB with a 16-minute proc split.
Yeah.
-5. Yes.
152 face, or 153 face, after Brock. Although apart from having to... Agatha was kind of unclean because he had to Pokeflute and also had to go through the confusion checks on
Yeah,
the
but he
Gengar.
also had a red bar.
But yeah, he had red bar as well, so honestly, this is
Yeah,
a
above
really hard
average.
Elite Four to run against.
It's an above-average Agatha, an above-average Lance, and perfect. Well, you can save a lot of time in Elite Four by not saving.
Yeah, like, the saves are the only thing that really balance it out.
And he saved 4 times, so that's 24 seconds of free time save.
Yeah. I
think
guess
it's 6
make it
seconds to
slightly
save,
more
roughly.
average instead of a good Elite Four.
I'm not sure if it's exactly 6 seconds, but it's close to 6. I just remember always being -6 seconds on Giovanni when I stopped
So-
saving.
Yeah, obviously at 0 and 3 Anak is out, but we'll see Osu move on to day 2 of his gauntlet with every Pope alive is still reaching the bracket. Beating Paper Guy will do the trick on its own. Beating Problems and not Paper Guy will make things a little interesting.
Yeah.
The final
beat-
time on SRL is actually 159.02.
Yeah, the paper guy race will be pretty interesting considering paper has to win it.
Yeah, if Paper Guy... Well, I mean, he's obviously got like, what, a 5-minute advantage? Well, no, that's exaggerating it a bit. Maybe like a 3 or 4 minute advantage based on overall execution and stuff, but if anything goes too badly, then...
I'm not sure it's that big because Osu doesn't have a PB where like
Yeah.
he's had good RNG and like he only has 6 runs. It's hard to say what Osu's correct PB is.
Yeah, maybe it's only more like a 1 to 2 minute advantage, honestly. Although,
Yeah, I think like 1 to 2 is probably fair.
that is difficult to deal with for Paper Guy, mentally.
It is close enough that it's probably like 70-30, 60-40, something like that.
Yeah.
If I was setting betting odds in Vegas. heals with a super potion before Lance. Only needed a regular potion. The super potion's actively bad because it doesn't play around anything, but it makes you unable to get red bar.
Osu is welcome to drop into the waiting room for an interview if he wants to. I do see him in the chat, but I don't know if he's listening to the audio just yet. And I assume that Anak will come in as well because he came in pretty quickly last time.
So let's see if Lance is a merciful Elite Four member.
We do have Bluebuck in the waiting room now, so go ahead and drag him in while Anak finishes up.
Yeah, there's no way for him to get red bar there.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Osu, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thought Brock was gonna just kill me forever.
Yeah, that is not how you want to start out your run.
No, not at all, and I was nervous to be so.
Losing 2 coin flips in a row.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear you say that because I was second guessing whether I was actually dying when I didn't need to die.
No, yeah, if you have bad special and he bides on the turn you use your first bubble, it's just a coin flip.
Okay.
Because the one bubble kills you from full.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't just audible into double tail whip from there.
And that's what I thought. I started second guessing myself, I guess. Just my I guess knowledge is not quite there yet for me to be confident.
Yeah, because I mean in yellow you can like tank a bide if you did a little bit of damage.
Right, exactly.
So it's not completely obvious. I mean, I asked the exact same question when I started. Can I just stop bubbling? No, you're just dead.
And this comment might sound snarky, but it is 100% genuine. Please tell me everything I did wrong in that run because I want to learn.
I mean, it's hard to remember exactly. There wasn't too much.
Besides not saving for Misty because I totally meant to.
Oh, we didn't even notice.
Yeah, I didn't save for Misty, and I realized that right after I talked to her, and in my to myself, I'm like, okay, I have to wipe if I lose because I'm not going back to Moon.
Yeah, then you have to just pick up the nugget. I think that's still close enough that the nugget makes your money fine.
I believe at Misty it is.
But I know, the bomb. You said that the setting up on Juggler's Drowsy would be better.
It's a real close play. Like, honestly, there are advantages and disadvantages to both. We did see a few yellow things, didn't we? And those were the only real big mistakes.
Yellow muscle memory.
Dig and immediately try and dig the bush. It's like, no.
Yep. In yellow, cut and digger in opposite spots, and so are surf and strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am still fighting yellow muscle memory hardcore.
Also, I think the flyer is in slot 2 instead of slot 3.
Yes.
So, just some funky things.
Yeah, flyers in slot 2, cut and dig slaves in slot 3, and surf and strength is in 4.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty clean run. Other than the
Besides
Brock,
I didn't die.
Yeah, you didn't die anywhere.
I messed up the Nido manip a couple times. First time it was movement. Second time it was pressing B too early.
Oh, I thought you just fumbled the fact that Pokeballs were in slot 2.
No, I knew they were in slot 2 because that's pretty much the only way I've been practicing.
Oh yeah.
But I just pressed the B too early. That's all.
Yeah.
I was trying to anticipate it, and I know the window is a little bigger on that on the Nido manip than it is the Paris.
I think the buffer window is the same. I think the window is just in clearing the first text box.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. You can clear it like a couple of frames late on Nidoran or whatever.
Yeah, I think I just let go of down and start holding B when like the fight menu goes away.
Okay.
Like it's just a white box there instead. That's like what I look for.
I almost gave myself a heart attack in Victory Road because I almost hit that optional.
Yeah, he went up 2 steps, then immediately ran back as far.
Oh,
he's not the worst optional to hit. You can one shot all of his.
Isn't he the Ash optional?
Yeah,
like
he has Ivysaur, Wartortle, Charmeleon, and Charizard.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what he has. I've never hit him.
No, never.
Never. Definitely didn't Earthquake Charizard twice, complaining about Gen 1 missing.
Yeah, and I totally wasn't in chat, just fail fishing you.
Why does it say miss?
Did I Gen 1 miss twice in a row?
So Anik finishing at 205, but he has Farfetch'd, so
Yeah, I saw.
we know who the real winner is.
Right around the Surge split, when I was, I think during that menu,
Yeah.
I looked over because I knew I was behind and I had to catch up mostly on execution, and I knew that he had red bar and I didn't. But then I saw him go for ducks, and I kind of breathed a little bit of a sigh.
Yeah, that was, you made up a lot of time there. Then he didn't go for Canman, and had some rough cans, and you surpassed him there.
You weren't really ahead of him until a death to Ghastly, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did see that as well. I was hoping to get red bar, but Voltorb did not cooperate.
Oh yeah, you also tried to set up on the Slowpoke, which wasn't enough damage.
Oh yeah, that was a dropped input.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
thought you
no, I wasn't trying to set up, actually.
Yeah, I figured once you did mess with Cubone that you just didn't want to.
That's totally my fault.
Fair enough. I mean, no, yeah, Thunderbolt's still in slot 3 in yellow.
No, it's in
No
4.
excuses.
In my yellow, it's in 4.
Oh, because you're inefficient and hate going fast, I see.
Pretty much.
I think I heard Anik coming in.
Yes.
Anik,
Hey. Good race, Anik.
Oh, good race to you as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
yeah, it was pretty close for most of the race. Yeah, I guess the Ghastly death was where
Everything.
a lot of pulling ahead happened.
If I had
Anik.
just potioned instead of saved.
Yeah,
Did you get
Some
a Nightshade?
yeah, he was Daily Leaf, Daily Snarms.
Which
Yeah, I was
then
at-
canceled
I think I
Hell.
saved 2 because I was at 19 after a Vine Whip.
Yeah, you both chose to save over potion, but Anik missed the rock slide and died. And then didn't. Yeah, in Gen 1, the repels wear off when you load up after a save, so your repel wasn't up, and then you got an encounter there.
I physically facepalmed when the encounter happened because I knew instantly I should have potioned instead of. Like, I knew that, but I forgot about it when I went for it.
Yeah, that's a big reason why some people are really anti-save there. It's like, well, you just have to repel anyways, and that's even more time loss.
My plan there was I was hoping to get, if I missed the rock slide and got Nightshade on the first Ghastly, I would have reset. But if I did it on the second one, I would have tried to kill it with Paris.
Yeah, Paris has a reasonable chance to kill Ghastly, I guess. It's like,
Because it can tank one Nightshade and dig kills it, I think, in one shot.
no, it's definitely at least 2 digs to kill
Is it 2? Okay.
Yeah, no way a level 10 Paris is one-shotting a level 23 Ghastly.
Hey. Paris too strong, man.
Paris
Paris
percent.
is strong.
Yeah, that's why Paris percent's the superior speedrun.
Yeah, I'm still hoping to see that out of Deacon.
Maybe. Well, it was supposed to be against the bomb, but then they didn't.
Hmm.
Disappointed?
There was no interfere against Kylo, I thought.
Oh, maybe. Regardless, no Paris. Yeah, Anik, you had some issues, I guess with Koga, right?
Yeah, nothing wanted to hit me. I don't think I took damage from anything.
Yeah, you were full health on Hypno, and then he used confusion, and it still wasn't enough.
I'm pretty sure I went from the pad heal to Koga without taking damage.
Yeah, you were definitely full before the Hypno, so you didn't take any damage from Pidgeot or Cubone or Nidorino or anything.
Well, he took damage from Arbok, but then had to full restore away a glare. Both of you got glare hit, which is probably a first for the whole tournament.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
got it on first turn too, so it wouldn't have helped to X-Hack and Horn Drill either.
Yeah, though you did get the high roll, so you got to 2-shot the Arbok.
No, I didn't. I got Poison Sting also.
Well,
he
that's
went
because you were
first.
slower.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, my bad. Yeah, it was slower.
So did I get the mansion encounters because I didn't die to Koga and then leveled up? And then
Yes.
the repel didn't apply to the Weezings?
Yes,
Well,
that's why
yeah.
you candy to 43 before Mansion, because there's
Yeah.
level 40 to 42 Pokemon running around in there.
Yep. Okay.
Because
Yeah,
repels only stop encounters from Pokemon that are lower level than you. If they're tied with you or above you, you can still run into them.
Another thing I figured out a minute after.
I did look over and I saw a second wheezing, and I had to double take. 'Cause I thought something happened horribly wrong on Koga.
Oh, you thought he was fighting Koga again.
Well,
Yeah,
it
he died.
did.
I mean, you were the one who died to Koga, so.
That's true, I did. So it's not a Deathless besides Brock.
You really just have to use the Mansion candy. I mean, you have to use the candies on that menu no matter what, and pray that Black Belt hits you. The fact that you used the candies after the execute obviously didn't end up mattering. Exarion in chat was saying that there was like one Pokemon that was close to being a damage range, but it didn't end up being a damage range, so you're actually absolutely fine. But obviously it lost you time from getting those encounters.
How many encounters did he get?
Two.
Two, okay. Hey, sounds
Got
like yellow.
very lucky to not get any in the basement, honestly.
Honestly, I didn't honestly know how the mansion was laid out, and I couldn't remember if you could get encounters in the basement, which didn't make any sense. But I didn't get one, so.
I don't know. I don't hate them. I guess.
Basement has 42s, so I don't know if it's more total above 40 than it is on the top floor, but I did think you got a bit lucky on the basement, just unlucky on the top floor.
Are there no 46s in Mansion in Red?
No. Red has no 43s or 46s.
Okay,
You can't get an encounter in Red if you're 43.
gotcha.
No more Eradicates for you, Osu.
Yeah, not for a while.
The dream! Yeah, I mean,
I got a little lucky on Agatha.
yeah, you're at 11.
Yeah, I was at 11. I knew I saved before Agatha, and the reason I only super potioned is because I only had the one full restore.
Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna use that.
Yeah, that's why usually if I only have, in a race, if I only have one full restore, I just pick up the full restore of shame.
Oh, I thought about that, but I thought you would like ridicule me.
I mean, I've picked it up like twice in this race, in this tournament, so who am I to judge?
I was so far beyond that point.
Yeah, like after like the mansion encounters and that stuff, the lead was like 3 minutes, and considering Osu didn't die and didn't have any hiccups, there wasn't really anything to do.
And I'm running around with ducks.
The Ducks menus.
Dude, Dux is your best friend. I wish I had a Dux.
You did save time in the Elite Four because Dux is faster than depositing and stuff.
That's true. You only had to deposit one Pokemon.
True.
It's faster to just not deposit at all, I think. I think they were talking about that in chat.
Honestly happy to see Spearow, because it was like, well, worst case scenario, we can go for ducks.
Yeah, it was like,
Did you get IGT'd Moon?
No, I just failed it.
yeah, you
I
missed
think
the press.
you put it, yeah, too early.
Okay.
And then I got 2 encounters on route, what is that, 12, leading up to the girl and the guy. But I got the Mankey and the Pidgey and no Oddish.
Oh, wow.
And then Osu got an Oddish.
Yeah, I did get an Oddish.
Unlucky. Trade? Trade ROMs?
Yeah. You should have
Yeah,
traded
right.
with me, except I wasn't in that house.
It's all good. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun.
Yeah,
I didn't
was-
expect to win one, let's put it that way.
I was definitely nervous going into, because this was my first race in Red, and I was definitely nervous, but I kind of calmed after probably about Surge, so about halfway through.
And I would say from Surge onwards, your run went pretty smooth. That wasn't a PB for you, right? That wasn't quite.
No, because yeah, you were here. I PB'd earlier today at 15838.
Okay, yeah. That's unfortunate because 16-minute Brocks are pretty fun to run against.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just like, yeah.
Ugh.
Minus 5 minutes, easy. But yeah,
Then I got puffed in Route 3 too.
Yeah, I mean, you had what? You had 11 health going into Gengar, right?
Yes.
So I guess that, yeah, you were just 3 and 8 to die there.
Yeah. Yeah, if
you're
I...
50-50 on Confuse Ray and you're 1 and 4 to get Nightshade.
Mm-hmm.
But then he can use Toxic and Dream Eater, I think is his other move.
Yeah, Dream Eater, Toxic. Yeah, because he does not have Hypnosis, but he kept Dream Eater.
Toxic over Hypnosis, good
How
trade.
did Agatha get a job? Who
Dude,
hired
she's
this
got
person?
she's got the in. She slept her way to the top with Professor Oak.
Swear Professor Oak keeps his mistresses.
Conspiracy theory.
Your run.
Not really. I was just happy to get through it and get through it actually pretty well. I hope the rest of my races go as well as this one. Besides Brock, by the way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we're hoping.
I finished.
I mean, your time was like.
It's 6 minutes ahead of my first race.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, besides your PB yesterday, that's a 5-minute PB, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so. At least there's some improvement, which is all you can really ask for.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure someone got to see ducks for the first time, I hope.
Ducks was fun. It's the second Ducks I've seen in the tournament, but
Paper
I know-
did it against me in my first race.
yeah. Oh, is that? Did you know about Ducks before your race with Paper Guy?
Yeah, I did, because when I first started learning the game, the first Xarian's first guide still mentioned it. Because it was before he added the manipulations in.
Oh yeah.
So I just kept it in the back of my head.
Just in case you miss an A press on the Manip and get a Zubat, then don't get a Ferris.
I thought I was going to fail that Moon Manip because the second last A press, I actually did one tile too early. And I had no idea if that was going to affect it or not.
Who knows? I guess
I
not.
thought it might have affected the YOLO ball. Like, when I saw the Paris, I knew I still wasn't out of the woods yet.
Yeah. Maybe it did affect the yellow ball and you just got like the whatever it is to catch Paris au naturel.
Could be. What is it, like 10%?
Yeah, it's probably something like that. I don't know. It's not very likely.
No.
Tomorrow is interesting match now, given the result here. If you can beat Paper Guy, you're through.
Yeah, that's true.
That would unfortunately
Guy.
knock out Paper Guy, but it's on the cards.
Oh, I did have a nod to Paper Guy during my run. I saved for Sabrina.
I'm
That
sure
was
Osu
half a nod to Paper Guy, and half I was deathly afraid of Gen 1 missing.
now that you know.
Yeah, exactly. I saw how just terrible it can be. And at that point in the run, I think the previous save is like, or that I did was probably the Ghastlies?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Or no,
I mean, you just run back from there since your money doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Your experience shouldn't matter. There's no, like, badge boosts or anything.
Well, no, because you gotta fight him again.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, the extra experience.
Oh, yeah, badge
matter.
boosts. That is true. Yeah,
Like,
badge
you're
boosts
gonna-
are much less tight
Yeah, there's
in
nowhere.
red than they are in yellow.
Every fight you horn drill, you X speed. You don't, like, X special to get the speed on any of the
Yeah,
fights.
that's true.
Yeah.
God, and it feels good not worrying about missing blizzards.
Yeah, all the blizzards are pretty harmless to miss.
I did run out of blizzard, like, not before I killed everything I needed to, but I ran out of blizzards on Viridian Rival.
Yeah, because you got the
Because I missed
ride-on
the...
free shot.
Yeah, I missed the range, and I missed one blizzard.
The 3-turn ride-on is frustrating. Why don't I just have stupid Ice Beam?
I have never used Ice Beam in a Gen 1 run.
You're missing out on the Ice Beam Gentleman Candy Vaporeon route.
That's true.
That's a real
Yeah.
treat. So you have 2 races tomorrow? Yeah.
I do. I think first one's at 3 o'clock against Paper Guy, and
Yeah.
then 7:30, if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
against Problems.
And we have Snorms versus Shiru sandwiched in there, so a lot of good races tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be a fun day. I think isn't there 4 races tomorrow? Might be one early?
Right. No, there's only 3 right now. I don't know. Maybe Jim Beaver Swags was originally scheduled, but now it's just rescheduled.
Okay. Yeah, I think that one was scheduled.
Yeah, and
Well,
so
that one was actually being in like 4 hours from now. It was really early, but yeah, it's not there anymore. Not sure if they'll bother doing it in the end because it was just a rematch for the B-slot, but maybe.
Gotcha. Well, Hassel, I hope you didn't flame me too bad during the
no,
run.
you played pretty good. I don't remember too much flaming. A couple.
Except me trying to dig at a bush.
Yeah. Well, I was like that. I mean, I did that. That was the first thing I did on like my first red run. It's like, why is this not cut? I still do it. I still just like go for slot 2 cut. The muscle memory is too strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say awesome commentary by both you, Hassel and Bomb. Going back and listening through, you guys have done great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go back and watch the race just because I can probably pick up so much like little tidbits from both of you, even if you don't remember saying them. I'm sure you guys did.
Yeah, there's a couple things where it's like.
And I know you probably don't like my palette menu. I do.
So, which palette menu do you do?
Where I rare candy and teach surf and strength.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a little suboptimal because you have to go down after teaching Blizzard to get the super repels again.
It's
But
probably
I guess you
more
can just buffer that.
It's more suboptimal because I actually swap specials. I think, am I correct in saying most runners do not swap the specials?
Did you No, it's correct to swap X specials if you're using an X special on Agatha, because you have to use it twice. Before, you would only use it on Champ, and so there's no real reason to swap it up.
Okay.
And now that you're using it on Agatha or not Champa, now that you're using it on Agatha and Lance, it makes more sense to swap it up. And obviously you want to swap it up if you're doing Sylph Red Bar.
Yeah, that's a thing that I'm not gonna do.
Yeah, I would hope not.
That's scary.
You're only 50. You're only a coin flip to die for going for that.
Exactly. Isn't
That's
it worse now?
Pokeguy's domain.
What's
Yeah,
that,
it's
Devon?
like.
I was just saying it's Pokeguy's domain, but yeah, it's slightly more likely to die now with Lady Q, Sylph Red Bar, but...
Well, Q-Bone's what? He's not locked into... He has 3 moves?
4 moves, I think, but like he can miss Bone Club as well.
Yeah,
He's got
so
Leer, Focused Energy, and Bone Club. Does he have Growl too?
Yeah, he'll have 4 moves because he has Growl even in Rock Tunnel.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what he does on turn 2 usually. So yeah, you're like 85% of 25%. That's what, like 22? So you're 22% to die to him roughly. On top of the already 40% to die before.
Right.
I think we're pretty much done now, though, with this race. And look forward to tomorrow's races in this group. It could be quite a thrilling conclusion, or we could just get Osu beating Paper Guy, and then the last race doesn't matter that much.
Well, that would
It
depend.
could matter for seeding, I guess.
Yeah.
For seeding. And then Norms vs. Shiru is also for seeding.
Yeah, that's true. Osu versus Problems could just be for 1v2. That would be still equally exciting, I suppose.
Well, I guess Snorms could technically lose, and miss out, but that's not terribly likely.
No, because Snorms played Fairlam this morning.
Oh, was that this morning
Storms
already?
is already through.
Okay. I haven't checked.
Storms and Shiro were both through, I believe.
Yeah, they're both 2-0 then. Playing for the 3-0.
Hey, I will consider this a success if I can sub 2 in in one of the next 2 races, I'll say even.
Fair enough. Alright, well, yeah, congratulations to both of you for finishing your runs.
Good race,
Congrats,
Anik. It was a pleasure.
Good race as well. Good luck
And,
tomorrow, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Osu's gonna need twice as much luck for twice as many races.
Yep.
And, yeah, thank you all for watching. Tune in tomorrow at, was it 3 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah. Quite a few hours from now, almost 14 and a half or so, but be there and see if Osu can qualify for the groups, for the bracket. And I suppose Paper Guy as well.
later.